Hi guys, KayBeast here. I've got another watercolor for you today. So before I get on to the actual, what the subject is in the piece itself, let me just mention the materials used. I used 300 GSM Strathmore watercolor paper. The actual book came with ring binding, but no perforated edge or anything, so I had to cut that frayed edge myself, which was kind of annoying. I did the line art in Prismacolor Col-erase in a brown color. I can't remember which one. I used my light box to transfer the actual pencil sketch, which I just did on computer paper. And then I used Winsor and Newton Cotman watercolors. This was before I had my nice new palette. So it's a mix of this old travel palette and then my messy old palette. And I used ink and gold ink and white gouache and gel pen. So yeah, so right here I'm masking the edge. It didn't work out quite well. I had to go with gouache to fix the mistakes. So yeah, that's a lesson for future me. I need to get some better masking tape because that stuff was terrible. But my Daler and Rowney masking fluid worked pretty good. Although I've heard the Winsor and Newton masking fluid is better, so I may have to look into that sometime. So, about the piece. I drew Godzilla. And this is actually a gift piece for a very good friend of mine. My best friend and my girlfriend both perform in monthly drag shows. John has been performing as Bobby Jolie, Georgia for about a year and a half, and my girlfriend Alicia has been performing as Von D, Georgia, a drag king, off and on for, I don't know, 8 years maybe? I'd have to ask her exactly, but she's been doing it for quite a while. And they both have the same drag mother, who is known as Mama Savannah Georgia, and she's really big up here in the New England area. And over the past few years, her show in Lowell has just gotten huge. Lowell, Mass, by the way. Last month we had 14 performers, and yeah, here's where the masking tape didn't work so good. So yeah, no, not again. But anyway, the April show was Mama's birthday show, and everyone did something kind of for her birthday. All of the performers did a little number for her, and I decided to do a painting. So I asked her husband, what does Mama like? And the first thing out of his mouth was Godzilla. And I was like, I can do Godzilla. So that's what I did. I went with, my reference photos were the 2014 movie, which I actually haven't seen yet, and I probably should, because I heard it was really good. So yeah, that's on my to-do list. But I liked the design of Godzilla from that, and I wanted to go for more of this kind of feel than like the old classic version, which I don't think I would have enjoyed drawing as much. So turned out it was a good choice. Mama loved it. So yeah, I had a lot of fun. I used a lot of salt techniques in the watercolor because I do love me them salt techniques, and I did something kind of new. I did the salt technique on Godzilla's skin, and then I painted over it, which I've never really done before, and I thought it would be a good way to lay down some base texture. It wound up not showing up as sharply as I wanted to, but I wound up texturing it later by stippling with dry brush. So I used a mostly dry brush in my paint and then just poked paper a lot, which kind of destroyed my brush, but it's okay. When I went to Lowell a week later, I bought a new one, so I was good. But the technique wound up really working. I was actually quite pleased with the textures I was able to get, but that hasn't shown up yet. So, I went with a red background for two reasons. I did the red circle because it's Godzilla, Japanese, Land of the Rising Sun, and also because since Godzilla was primarily in greens, I figured having the red as the complement would help give it like a nice, make it stand out. So right here I'm doing the dry brushing, and I actually did several layers of several different colors. I did a base coat, and then I went in with darker colors and lighter colors, and it just I was really pleased with how it turned out, because I wasn't really sure going in, but I rather do like how this piece turned out. I wound up giving this painting to Mama at the show, and the week that I was in Lowell, I went to Michael's and was looking for this, just any kind of frame that had a mat board in it, because I knew matting it would make it look better, and I was able to find one, but it took some, I had to really search. My only complaint with this piece is I kind of wish I had centered it a little better, because there's this large empty space underneath Godzilla, and the mat board that I found fits the piece of paper perfectly. I was actually looking for one that might have been just slightly smaller, so I would have had to cut the paper or mat it in such a way that that negative space wasn't showing. Didn't really work out, but again, Mama loved it, and it's just a note that I have to remember for future pieces, that I need to play with my composition a little bit more before moving on to the final piece. I did maybe 2 sketches in my sketchbook before I decided just to go to final. But I was working on a bit of a deadline. I wanted to make sure that it was painted and recorded and framed and gift wrapped and all that before the show, which was on April 15th. Fun comment about the actual drag show. April's theme was, for her birthday show, it was bedrock or caveman themed. So that was a lot of fun. I had this really doofy dinosaur hat thing that I bought for my grandfather's funny hat birthday party, and I held on to it more for that. And turns out Mama had the same idea, because every table had one. I got him a Dollar Tree. So. But it was a really fun night. Alicia was waiting for that theme because she went all out. When Alicia performs in drag, her character Vondi is a comedy king, so Alicia's very goofy as Vondi. Goofier, I should say. And Vondi's caveman character wound up being referred to as Zug Zug, and it just, the whole thing was just so ridiculous. It was so funny. I really hope Mama does that theme again. Every month's show has a theme. I use my Copic Multiliners here at the end, by the way, just to outline and do some final touches and brush pen work, because I love me my brush pen. I think I whipped out my Pentel brush pen at some point, because I love that thing so much. I might be pulling it up. Yeah, there it is. There it is. I love that thing. So I just kind of went nuts, and then used gel pen to, white gel pen to bring out some highlights and stuff. I kind of went nuts with that too. But yeah, so the Georges have a drag show once a month in Lowell, Massachusetts. It's at the Blue Shamrock Pub down on Market Street in Lowell. And the show themselves are in the upstairs bar area, which is called Gemstones. And it's $5 to get in, and it's a lot of fun, and the performers, more and more performers keep getting added. We've got a great group right now, and every month's show has a theme to it. So the caveman theme was super funny. I vlog whenever I go into Lowell, so the vlog at the end of this video is going to be that drag show vlog. So if you want to get a look at Zug Zug, or see Mama's reaction to the painting, I highly recommend you watch it, because it got really funny. There's my Winsor and Newton gold ink. I love this stuff so much. I saw Jellybee review it, and I already knew I wanted to get my hands on some gold ink, and then I saw her lose her mind, and I just, look at that stuff. Look how pretty. The camera does not capture it that well. It's so much more magical in real life, and I've kind of found, like, excuses to use it. Like, I do the slightest little painting or something, or drawing, and I'm like, it doesn't need gold ink. Yes, it does. And out it comes. I just got the Fine Tech Gold watercolor sets, too, which I haven't used as much. but I imagine I will. Because I do like me some sparkle and some shimmer. And it's just so much fun, and it looks so cool. And Mama really liked it, and I was really happy with how this piece turned out. So yeah. So that's Godzilla. I really like how he turned out. The only downside is the gouache that I used to cover up the red mistakes kind of left a texture, but once it was framed, it wasn't that noticeable. So, yep. Look at the shine. Look at that. I love that stuff. Love it. So yeah, I guess that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Come find me on social media. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter and Tumblr. I have a DeviantArt, I just don't use it as much. I want to change that, but for now, those three I'm on like all the time. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm using Winsor and Newton Cotman watercolors. I have a whole bunch of tube paints left over from when I was at Mass Art a few years ago. And the paper I am using is Canson watercolor.
Oh, it's Godzilla!